are dishing on movies.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Dishing on Movies. This week we're gonna do a Man of Steel edition based on the new Superman movie.
Exactly, so to be punny, as you guys know we're doing a steel cut oatmeal. So a Man of Steel cut oatmeal power cookie.
I can do things that other people can't.
It's giving you lots of protein, omega-3s, and it's a cookie that'll help you power up so you can have it for breakfast, post, or pre-workout.
You know, lift a couple cars, blow up some buildings.
Or lift a couple weights. Either way, it's so easy and you'll be able to do it with these steps. So let's get to it.
Do it.
Chopped pecans, white chocolate chips, chia seeds, coconut sugar, tart red cherries, vanilla extract, almond flour, steel cut oats, vanilla salt, flax meal, eggs, baking powder, flour, and coconut oil. Alright, so for this Man of Steel cut oatmeal power cookies, here's what we're going to use. We're going to first start with our virgin coconut oil.
What is that exactly?
Coconut oil, it's a natural fat that actually comes from pressed coconut meats.
I got some natural fat of my own if you ever need extra.
So for this recipe, you could definitely use butter, but we wanted to use more natural-based fats.
For the working out folks?
Exactly. Also, because we'll talk about it later, if you omit the eggs, you can actually make these same ingredients and make this a vegan power cookie.
What would you use instead of eggs though?
Well, you don't want to use eggs, right, to make it totally vegan. What you would do is take flax meal, which is ground up flax seeds, 2 tablespoons of flax seeds, and 6 tablespoons of water.
Huh.
And that's going to give you this replacement for eggs.
What's the S stand for?
Like any baking, you cream, butter, and sugar, so we're going to use a coconut sugar.
Oh, okay.
This is a sugar that's made from coconut syrup.
Yum.
So again, we're using less refined sweeteners. We heard you guys out there, okay? So we're using a less refined sweetener.
We're keeping coconut farms in business with
Yeah.
this.
Now the beauty of coconut oil and of coconut sugar is that while it is derived from coconut, it's not overly coconutty. So don't be worried if you don't like coconut, this cookie won't taste overly coconut.
You're coconutty.
I am coconutty. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and get this mixing just to get the sugar mixed into the coconut sugar, and then we'll add your egg.
This is my impersonation of a blender.
It's more like a hula hoop on drugs. Now we're gonna add the next egg and the vanilla extract.
I always love the way that smells.
It smells good, but it always tastes so bad.
I know, why is that?
own.
It's like coffee when you're younger. Like, it always smells good, and then you taste it like, good.
Exactly. I always do a trick with kids when I teach kids cooking classes. I'm like, okay, this is vanilla. And they're like, oh, it smells so good. And then I'll say, okay, taste it. And then they're like, ew, it burns.
You're
it's
a mean teacher. You're a real mean teacher.
But it helps them know.
I will find him!
Now in mixing, remember, we've done this before with a few other episodes, you always want to scrape down the sides of the bowl.
Oh yeah.
Right, so you want to make sure everything gets mixed.
Get in there. Speaking of mixed, Superman had some mixed reviews at first, but I think it was really good.
I thought the movie was so good. I mean, let's break it down. Okay, there's been Superman for the last 75 years.
Break it down.
Break it down.
The Superman. The Superman. Oh.
Maybe a little bit more.
Break it down.
The Superman. The Superman. Oh.
We all know Superman's from Krypton. I never thought of him as an alien.
Yeah.
They said it throughout the movie, and I was like, I never thought of that.
I mean, you always know that he's an alien, but you don't think of like that.
They
planet
call him
was
one.
Cool. Like,
and you've never seen Krypton. I mean, never.
it was very sci-fi. I really loved like the flying dragon-y thing with the 4 wings, and I don't know. It was pretty dope. It made you realize, like, oh, Krypton was shit.
Because I think because he looked so human, I personally assumed
it was just Earth 2.
it was Earth 2, basically. We're gonna use some all-purpose unbleached wheat flour, and to that we're gonna add some almond meal, which is essentially just ground almonds.
Okay.
It's a great way to have flour in a cookie without having it. So lastly, we're gonna add our baking powder. Baking powder is a leavening agent. It actually helps, like if you levitate, a leavening agent helps your cookies or cakes rise.
So maybe Superman just ate a lot of baking powder, is what you're saying?
I think he maybe did eat a lot of baking powder.
Okay.
Yeah, totally.
Right. Who knows on Krypton? They can do all kinds of weird
I
things.
know.
Excuse me.
So look, now we have our dry ingredients together. I'm just gonna give it a good stir, okay?
A super stir, I hope.
Da, 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 da. Oh my god, I'm like you, spilling stuff.
What the? People spill things. That's a thing.
I know. Okay.
Miss Professional.
Let's go ahead and add this to the sugar.
Need to add some sugar to you.
You will give the people of Earth an ideal to strive towards.
And just when it's almost mixed, I'm gonna go ahead and add the steel cut oats. Okay. Oh my god, that's two for two.
Who's messy now?
Well, slap my leg and call me Dale.
I'm not doing either of those things.
Now, it's pretty thick and yummy. We're gonna go ahead and add the remaining, I call them add-ins. They're the extra boost of flavor and sweetness.
You ain't gotta put them in, but you can put them in.
Yeah, so tart cherry, pecan, which I love, and then a white chocolate chip or a yogurt chip for sweetness. Again, just a rough chop. Okay. By chopping it, it's gonna make it seem like there's more of this stuff in the cookie.
Oh, instead of adding more, just
making it smaller. Yeah, smaller pieces. So there's that. Okay.
So if you don't have one of these KitchenAids though, can you mix this all up some other way?
Yeah, I mean, because we're not using butter, it's easier to cream coconut oil.
Oh, I see.
With like a whisk or a spoon.
Oh, really? Okay.
But you can also, I've seen them at Target, and I actually just bought one yesterday. For $6.19, you can get an electric hand mixer at Target.
$6.19.
$6.19. I know, random, but
Is that a clearance item?
No, it's everyday price. Target's house brand of hand mixers.
Oh, all right.
So there's really no excuse if you don't want to be whisking things. It is a little bit harder, but you can do it. It takes more.
That'll give you more of that Superman forearm too.
You will help them accomplish wonders.
Because we use coconut oil, it's going to be a little bit softer than if we had used butter. Starts to melt at room temperature. So we have our kind of cookies on here, all about the same size. All right, we're gonna go ahead and refrigerate this for about 5 minutes in the fridge or the freezer just so they set up, and then we're gonna bake them in a 375-degree oven.
Might want to step back a little bit.
Okay, so our cookies have been in there for 9 minutes. We're gonna go ahead and take them out. We know they're ready because they have a golden brown exterior.
Yes, they do.
Okay, so the cookies have baked. They've cooled on the cooling sheet, so they still have their crisp edges.
Yes.
And let's dig in.
All right.
Let's see, all right. Which one? This one has a big piece of cherry coming out.
Mmm. Oh my god.
These are good, oh my god.
These are delicious.
I like how it's crunchy because the nuts and the silk cut oat. The cherry is so tart, it helps to break through the sweet.
Oh my gosh, this is so good. The cherry compared to the chocolate, that was a good idea.
Yeah, because the white chocolate or yogurt chips are kind of sweet, so we balance it out.
I think this S stands for scrumptious.
It's not an S.
Full of protein, full of fiber, vitamins, fruit. It'll give you energy in the morning. So make them.
And they're just damn good.
True.
All right, make them at home. Let us know what you think. Make sure to subscribe and like.
We'll see you next time.
We are dishing on movies.
But every monkey got an ugly butt. That's not what we're talking about.